This is The Macro. Welcome back. In the last few episodes, we've talked about how stablecoins have started to creep in and become a lot of the mainstream payments that are happening. And we've also talked about how the next big thing would be the governments that actually start connecting their currencies together. And that's exactly what's happened. The Financial Stability Board, which is the financial regulator for all the G20 companies, has said that crypto regulation is extremely fragmented. And it's because all the rules in the different countries are different. And that creates weak points in the whole financial system here, especially when we talk about crypto. So when a crash happens like it happened last night, it reverberates into all those weak points. Those weak points then break and you get a more drastic crash than you usually would have without those weak points. And those weak points right now are stablecoins and leveraged exchanges, the exchanges where you can actually trade on leverage. But regulators will start tightening up on this. And this is really good for companies that are already very compliant because they're going to see the maximum amount of growth when this full wave of compliance comes through. The ones who are already very compliant are just going to speed through that process. Whereas all the other companies and other cryptos are going to have to do work to become compliant. That takes time. So you want to hedge yourself with the companies that are going to see that immediate growth. So for me, immediately, I just think about companies like Circle or Ripple, for example, or other regulated tokenized platforms. We're going to look at exactly which ones go into the inevitable portfolio at the end of the video. Now on this channel over the years, we've talked about liquidity being this fundamental element of the financial system that is simply not going in the right direction. When you don't have liquidity, things start to go wrong. And analysts are saying that this crash that we saw yesterday was as a result of limited liquidity, not having enough money basically to move around. Now, this is happening because the Federal Reserve is keeping all their rates very high, but they're still draining the system. So that makes the central banks start to tighten up. And when central banks tighten up, it doesn't just affect crypto, it also affects the stocks, which means the entire financial markets, the whole economy starts to go into shock. That's what we saw last night. So this isn't a problem with crypto that we saw, crypto's failing and everything. That's not it. This is more about a lacking of liquidity in the entire financial system, just reverberating, hitting all those weak points that we talked about earlier, and just causing a big crash. And this is also why it's so important to make sure that your portfolio that you're building is a mix of short-term plays and long-term plays. The inevitable portfolio makes up majority long-term plays because we're looking at the next 25 years here with this portfolio to really expand and grow with the new financial system.